Hi there. Welcome to this week's free Vinyasa Flow class. If you know you need props, go ahead and grab those now. Listen to your body. If something hurts, stop. Make wise choices for where you are today. And if you have any questions, you can always send me an email at mccowncolleen@gmail.com. I have a pretty fun flow for us today, and we'll also be chanting mantra, and we'll have a little bit of pranayama at the end of our practice as well. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me on your mat. Hopefully, if you're at home, you've got pets around that are going to join you. And just find a comfortable seat. Maybe that's cross-legged or kneeling, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to chant a mantra today, and you're welcome to chant along. I'll chant it 3 times. This mantra is one that is thought to dissolve obstacles and promote stability and grounding. So go ahead and bring your hands either holding each other or cupping each other in your lap, or palms down for grounding on the knees, your choice. Go ahead and feel the sits bones on the mat, and then stack your bones so that the pelvis is neutral, ribs are soft, shoulders are right over hips, and the head is sitting right on top of the shoulders, maybe that little tuck of the chin. Close the eyes, turn the awareness inward. In just a moment here to find stillness in the body and in the mind. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale, sigh the air out. One more cleansing breath together, and then we chant. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh the air out. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You may gently flutter the eyes open. Keep the gaze soft. You're always welcome to keep your eyes closed. We'll switch the cross of the legs. So just reach your fingertips behind you and then switch so the opposite leg is in front. And then bring your hands back to your knees. We'll find some dynamic movement, linking arms and breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, offer the palms forward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, offer the palms forward. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's flow through just a few more times at your own pace with your own breath. Maybe close your eyes and really just feel into the movement. Go ahead and finish one more full cycle. And as you do, release the palms back to the thighs or the knees. Do some slow head circles here, gently rolling the head. Thinking of drawing a circle with the chin. And as you finish this next circle, go ahead and reverse other way. So not dumping the full weight of the skull into the cervical spine. Just being mindful as you move through the backside. And then coming into stillness, stacking the head back on top of the shoulders. We'll roll the shoulders now, shrugging them up to the ears and then down the back. And up to the ears and down the back. And then fingertips to the shoulders. 2 times we'll draw big circles with the elbows back. And then big arms backstroke. Sweeping the arms up, around, and up, and around. And then reverse. So now shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then down the front. Up, and down. And then fingertips to the shoulders, big circles. With the elbows, 1 and 2. And then long arms forward, 1 and 2. Release your right fingertips to the mat, and then inhale, sweep your left arm alongside your ear. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Ground down through the left sits bone. Feel the stretch along the whole left side of your body. With each exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from sits bone to fingertips. Inhale back through center, and then exhale as you side bend over to the other side. This time, really feel that right sits bone pressing into the mat. Long line of energy all the way out through the fingertips of the right hand. And one more time each side. Inhale, sweep up through center. Exhale, side bend to the right. And then inhale up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhaling up through center. And we'll come into tabletop, all fours. Stacking wrists right under shoulders. Knees right under the hips. Gripping the mat with your fingers. Index finger points forward. Think of drawing thumb toward middle finger, pressing the fingertips into the mat. So you have like little gecko hands. And then the side is spiraling forward of the biceps here. Find that lift and tone of the belly and of the pelvic floor. We'll flow through a few rounds of cat-cow with our tucked and pointed toes. So inhale, tuck the toes. Think of sliding the heels of the hands back towards the knees to really pull your heart forward as you drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the chin. Exhale, untuck the toes, push the mat away around the spine. At the end of the breath, sink the hips down towards the heels. And then inhale, tuck the toes, cow pose. Exhale, push the mat away around the spine, untuck the toes, and then sink the hips back to the heels. One more just like that. Inhale, tuck the toes, arch the spine, cow pose. Exhale, push the mat away, draw the navel up, round out the back, and sink the hips to the heels. Inhaling back into a neutral tabletop. We'll bring the right hand behind the head here and then twist open so that the right elbow tip is pointing up towards the sky. Inhale here and then exhale, round the spine as you bring the right elbow tip underneath the left armpit. Inhale, open. Exhale, round and crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, round and crunch. And then this time, inhale, open. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Melt your chest into your bicep. Rest the right temple on the mat. And then extend the left arm straight forward. Press into the mat with your palm. And then maybe extend the left leg straight back. So work to keep the hips balanced here. Feel that whole left leg turn on. Come back to your breath. Is it deep? Is it smooth? And is it even? And then inhale, bring that left knee back to the mat. And then slide the left hand underneath the shoulder. Sweep the right fingertips up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Coming into puppy pose, walk the elbows down. Bring the palms to touch, prayer hands. Bring your forehead to the mat as you nestle your thumbs into the nape of your neck. Keep the belly working here so you don't dump into the low spine. Feel this nice stretch under the armpits and opening across the chest. On your next inhale, release the hands to the mat. Walk hands back under shoulders, tabletop. Same thing, other side. This time the left hand comes behind the head. Open the left elbow tip up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, round the spine as you bring the left elbow underneath the right armpit. Inhale, open, twist. Exhale, round and crunch. Inhale, open, twist. Exhale, round and crunch. Inhale, open, twist. Reach those left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. Melting the chest onto the bicep. Walk the right hand forward. Extend the right leg back with the toes tucked. Balance the hips. Find that lift and tone of the pelvic floor. Engaging the core for stability. And then inhale, bring that right knee back under the hip. Slide the right hand under the shoulder. And then sweep the left fingertips back up to the sky. And exhale, release that left hand to the mat. From here, we'll come into dolphin. So walk the forearms down into the mat, parallel. And then tuck the toes and lift the hips. You can walk your feet in. And then think of pushing into the mat to bring the chest closer to the thighs. A little bend in the knees is no problem. And then you'll notice my heels are not pressed into the mat. They're not touching the mat, right? But I'm still energetically drawing the heels down. So same thing in downward dog. Heels don't have to touch. Bend in the knees is always okay. What we want is this long spine. And then again, notice, are you dumping into your low back and overarching? If so, just find that little tiny bit of tone in the low belly. Tiniest tuck of the tail. I don't like to say tuck of the tail because then people really tuck their tail. It's just this very slight engagement of the low belly, taking that deep arch out of the low back. And then from here, go ahead and drop the knees. Slide the hands back under your shoulders. And then tuck the toes. Lift the hips, slide the thighs back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here to take any movement that you need. I like to pedal out my feet and find a little twist and sway of the hips, bending one knee under, or lifting and lowering both heels. And coming into stillness. Grounding down equally through both hands. Again, finding this spiraling action of the bicep up toward the cheekbones. Long spine. And then we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. At the back of the mat, we meet in forward fold. We'll come into ragdoll. So you can let the knees bend and you can even step the feet out a little wider if that feels better. Take a hold of opposite elbows, relax the head, and maybe find a gentle sway side to side or rock forward and back. Go ahead and come back to stillness. Reverse the cross of the arms. Pause here. And on your next inhale, we blossom sunflowers, rising up on the right side. Keeping the arms as they are. Exhale, we fold over the left. Inhale, blossom, rise up on the right. Exhale, fold over the left. We reverse. Inhale, blossom on the left. Exhale, fold on the right. Inhale, blossom on the left. Exhale, folding over the right. Release the fingertips to the mat. Keep the bend in the knees. On an inhale, roll up slow like molasses, unfurling like a fern. Head and neck are last. Feeling the vertebrae stack one on top of the other, and then shrugging the shoulders up to the ears, gliding the shoulder blades down the back. Palms are forward. Maybe heel toe the feet in so that they're hips width. And just pausing for a moment in Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, Ganesha symbolizes stability and grounding, and Tadasana really embodies that stable groundedness. So maybe lift all 10 toes so you can really feel the four corners or the tripod of the feet pressing into the mat. Hugging everything into midline, finding a neutral pelvis. Release the toes back down, soften the ribs. See that the shoulders are stacked right over the hips. There's just the slightest rolling back lift of the sternum, but continuing to keep the ribs soft. And then sliding ears to stack right over shoulders. Subtle tuck of the chin, Jalandhara Bandha. Close your eyes. Turning the awareness inward, coming back to the breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, chest expansion. Inhale, lift your heart. Keep the chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold with your chest expansion. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold. Release your fingertips to the mat. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Keep the interlace of the fingers as you inhale, halfway lift. Really feel your core working, your legs. And then exhale, forward fold. Release your fingertips to the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. No chest expansion this time. Exhale, forward fold. Melt your torso over your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk yourself out into a downward facing dog. From here, we'll articulate to plank 3 times. So inhale, lift the heels. Exhale as you draw the navel up. Roll yourself down into a super strong plank pose. Take a moment to pause here, seeing that the wrists are right over the shoulders, or maybe even the chest is coming out over the fingertips. My upper back is rounded. My legs are really strong. Zipping up my thighs, drawing the navel in and up. Inhale here. Exhale. Lift the navel. Roll yourself back into down dog. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Lower. Roll down. Inhale here. Exhale. Take it back to downward facing dog. Last time. Inhale. Lift the heels. Exhale. Roll down to plank. And from here, we'll do some Spider-Man push-ups. So as I do a regular push-up, and you can choose to do regular push-ups or skip this, but I'm going to bring my knee to my elbow. I'll do 4. So I'm going to go left, right, and then again left. So a chaturanga push-up with this knee. And then lower all the way down onto your belly with control. Release your forehead to the mat, and then come to interlace the fingers behind the back, coming into Shalabhasana, locust pose with chest expansion. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the legs, lift the heart. Draw the navel in and up, squeeze the thighs together. Feel the line of energy all the way from your sternum out through the balls of your feet. Can you lift a little bit higher? Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Slide your hands next to your ribs. Tuck your toes. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up with a long spine, Urdhva. Exhale, hands to your heart. Moving on. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Step or hop yourself back. Go ahead and flow through your chaturanga here. Whatever variation you choose. Inhaling into your back bend. Child's pose, always an option. Exhale, we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to your nose. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, right knee to your nose. One more time. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee to your nose. And then we pulse it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step it through. Find your stance. Inhale, rise up. Crescent lunge. You can shorten if you need to. And then soften the ribs. Maybe even bend that back knee to find a neutral pelvis. Stack the right knee right over the right ankle. And then if you can re-extend the left leg, keeping the pelvis neutral, do that. Inhale here. Exhale, come into chest expansion. Interlace the fingers behind the back. And then inhale as you lift your heart. Maybe bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Anytime we lift our gaze, we're going to find a little bit of a balance challenge. Draw right hip back, left hip forward to square the hips. And then on an inhale, sweep everything open. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Clip this left buttock under to try to balance the hips. Reaching the fingertips in opposition forward and back, stacking shoulders right over hips. I like heel to arch alignment in this shape. We'll move into extended side angle. So inhale as you shift the torso forward. Exhale. You can tick-tock the arms here to 12 and 6. My tailbone is pointing straight down to my left heel. And then with my arms, I'm going to take my left arm alongside my ear. My right arm is going to reach in opposition. Yes, so my right arm is reaching towards my left hip, while my left arm is reaching up alongside my ear. And then on an inhale, I'm going to reverse the arms and take it into this
variation of a reversed warrior. And then exhale, I'm going to take it back into this variation of extended side angle. Do that a few times. Inhale, reverse. Stay committed to the bend in the front knee. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then this time, inhale. Come back into Virabhadrasana Warrior 2, straighten the front leg. And as you exhale, make your way into Trikonasana triangle pose. Pull up on the quads, strong in the legs and the feet. And then inhale, reverse your triangle. Maybe take the half bind if that feels good, if it's calling to you. Rolling that left shoulder onto the back. And then on the inhale, star pose, heels and toes out, open up. From here, we'll do some squats. So I'll inhale, and then as I exhale, I'm going to bend my knees, bringing my elbows down towards my hips and goddess squat. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squat. Feel the legs working equally here. See if you can get the hips in line with the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. I totally wasn't counting, so inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, open up. Bring the hands to the hips or out in a T. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Spin the feet to parallel. Walk the hands between the legs. Draw the crown of the head down toward the mat. Maybe give your hips a little shimmy if it's calling to you. And then inhale, halfway lift. Find the hands underneath the shoulders. Peel the right fingertips up to the sky. And then take that right palm, place it on your sacrum. Okay? Notice if you're shifting your hips to the right, see if you can square them. And then using that hand for leverage, push into the sacrum to open your chest to the right. And then from there, re-extend the right arm. So finding a little bit of a nicer stack, a nicer line here in our twist. And maybe the gaze comes up to those right fingertips. One more inhale here. And then exhale. Right hand comes down. Same thing other side. This time, inhale, sweep the left fingertips up to the sky. And then bring left palm to sacrum. Balance the hips. Peel that left shoulder open. And then re-extend the arm. Gazing up to the left fingertips if it feels okay in the neck. And one more inhale. And then exhale, release the left hand to the mat. We're going to walk our hands around to the front into runner's lunge. From here, we'll come into a twist so you can get really light on the left fingertips. And then peel that right hand up to the sky. I wasn't really thinking clearly because I want to go into a rainbow warrior. So go ahead and ground that left palm if you're on the fingertips. And then from here, inhale, reach the fingertips up. And then exhale, roll onto the outside edge of the right foot and the left foot. Reach the right fingertips toward the back of the mat. Stay really strong in this left arm. And then inhale back up through center. And then as you exhale, go ahead and press into the hands, sweep that right foot back. Maybe we take an Ekapada Chaturanga here, or any other variation. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of cleansing breaths, deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. The nice thing about yoga is that this is all just suggestions that I'm offering you, and there really is choose your own adventure. If you have a more advanced practice, you can always add on layers. Or if you're just feeling tired today or recovering from an injury, you can always modify and find time to rest. So I think that's part of having a strong practice is knowing how to listen to your body and knowing how to Give yourself permission to give your body what it needs. You know? So let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Think of squeezing that left heel to the glute. Inhale, re-extend. Last time, tiger pose, knee to your nose. And then we'll pulse it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step it quietly through. Shorten your stance if you need to, and then on an inhale with control, slow rise up to crescent lunge. Again, softening ribs, balancing the pelvis, and scissoring the thighs for stability here. Really high on the ball of the back foot. And this little spiraling of the pinkies inward here. Inhale. Exhale. Come and interlace the fingers behind the back. And maybe try to interlace the opposite way, the way that feels a little funny. And then find your chest expansion, inhaling as you lift your heart. Draw your fists down and back. And then squaring the hips. So left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Keeping the belly really strong here to protect the low back. And then inhale, sweeping open as you bring your spine back through neutral. And finding your way into Virabhadrasana, Warrior 2. Again, balancing the hips, stacking shoulders, gazing over the left fingertips. Really want to make sure that the left knee is tracking along with the toes. Should be able to see the left toe there, peeking out from next to the knee. And then inhale, shift forward, exhale, extended side angle. Really bring my awareness to the outside edge of that back foot. Keeping that left knee stacked right over the ankle, keeping my collarbones really broad here. My chest is really open, but I'm not arching my back. Yeah. And then reaching that right arm alongside the ear, and then the left arm in opposition across my body towards my right hip. I'll inhale, reverse. Same thing with the arms, reaching in opposition across the body. Exhale. Variation of extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more round. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhaling back through Warrior 2. Straighten that front leg, shift the torso forward, and exhale into Trikonasana triangle pose. Again, no arch in the back here. Tailbone pointing down to the right heel, quads really lifting. So top part of my leg is strong. And inhale, reverse. You can let the hips shift to the left and forward here. Maybe find the half bind with the right arm. And then inhale, open up. Star pose. And then exhale, chest expansion. Spin the feet parallel. Lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. And I'm going to turn to face you. So here, I want you to bend the knees and look forward. And you can either keep the fingertips on the mat or we can come into bear pose here. So my hips are down, my chest is lifted. So I'm going to bring some dynamic movement in here. I'm going to inhale. And then I'm going to exhale, straighten my arms. Again, fingertips can stay on the mat. So that would look like inhale, drop the hips, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold. Without hands, would be inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, reaching back. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, reaching back, almost like airplane arms, kind of. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, reaching back. Last one, inhale, reaching forward. And exhale, reaching back. Release your fingertips to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Go ahead and heel toe your feet in to just a little wider than hips width. Heels are in, toes are out. Dropping the hips into Malasana, little yogi squat here. Press the elbows into the knees as you open across the heart. Maybe close your eyes. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands to the mat. Lift your hips back up to the sky. And then walk yourself around into a runner's lunge. Your left foot will be forward. The right palm grounds, left fingertips reach up. Really use your core to keep your chest and your stomach lifted up off of that front leg. And one more inhale. Exhale, rolling onto the outside edges of the feet. In this rainbow warrior variation. Really reaching those left fingertips toward the back of the mat. Super strong in the bottom arm. And then inhaling back up through your twist. Left hand comes to the mat. And then exhaling, shift that left foot back and flow through whatever variation of chaturanga you choose. And exhale down, facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tuck and curl. Come into a tiny little ball. Drop your hips to your heels. Wrap your arms around your shins. See if you can balance. For an extra challenge, close your eyes. Woo! And then when you've had enough, you can reach your arms forward and then lower yourself with control into Navasana boat pose. Flex the feet. Bring the shins to parallel. We'll do some in and outs here. Option to bring the fingertips or the palms to the mat, but very light. You really want to work the core. So we'll inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we pull everything back in and up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. I lost count, so we'll do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. From here, option to drop the heels or keep the shins parallel. We'll add a twist. So inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Leaning back enough that you really have to take some effort to hold yourself up. Exhale, twist to the left. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Go ahead and drop the feet. Reach the fingertips forward. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin, round the spine. See if you can keep the feet pressing into the mat as you roll yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. Ooh. Keeping the gaze on the belly button of the pubic bone as you do that. Take a moment to give your head a little rock. And then let's tuck the knees into the chest. We're going to do some low ab work here. So your hands could just be along your sides with the palms down. We're going to really try to work our deep abs. So we're going to extend the legs out, and they can be about a 45 or a little, the lower they are, the harder it's going to be. So out and then in, we're going to crunch, lift the hips just a little bit. They're not going to lift very much, right? Really trying to get into the deep abs. So again, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Just little lift there. Inhale, exhale. Keeping the heel squeezing to the glutes. Just lifting the hips. Let's do 3 more. Keep drawing that navel in. Last one. And then hug your knees in your chest. I'm sorry, I was definitely not counting those. I'm tired. Bad teacher. Let's bring our, just for fun, because this will feel nice. Let's bring our hands to our knees. And I'm going to pull my knees down toward my chest, and then I'm going to keep my toes touching. I'm just going to open my knees out and then close them. So I'm kind of drawing these circles, this circle with my knee. Yeah. So I'm keeping my toes touching the whole time, bringing them in. The knees are together, and then opening them wide, pushing them back, closing them again. And then I could reverse that. So now my knees are together here. I'm going to open them wide, bring them in. Yeah. Feels good in my hips, my thighs. Let's do one more. And then if you want to wrap your arms around your knees, maybe a supine child's pose. That feels good. Find that little rock. And then let's take a long body stretch. Really let your low back lift up off the mat here. Hi, kitty. And then we'll rock and roll the stand. So bring your knees into your chest and start to find that rocking, keeping this little ball shape. And then when you have enough momentum, coming up to stand at the top of your mat. We have one more standing sequence, and then we'll be done for the day. So go ahead and find your Tadasana. You have your feet touching your hips width, your choice. Just take a moment to reorganize yourself. Slow your breath. Seeing that the breath is deep and smooth and even. Inhale, sit the hips back, chair pose. Keep the chest lifted even as you sink the hips back toward the heels. And find that little spiral of the pinkies inward. Sit a little deeper. Engage the low belly. Tiniest little tuck of the tail. Squeeze the thighs into midline. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, flow through your chaturanga. If you do hop, make sure to land with bent arms. I don't always remember to do that, but it needs to. You should. I should. From here, in down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it through. Find your warrior one feet, spin that back foot to 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Take your exhale to soften the ribs, square the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up, twist to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, exalted warrior. Bring that right hand to the sacrum or the outside or the back of the left thigh. Find that little back bend as the left arm reaches up. Inhale, sweep the arms back up through center. And then coming into chest expansion, exhale, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Melt your chest inside your front thigh. Keep scissoring the thighs for stability. Notice if you're shifting all your weight over to the right, see if you can square the hips. Draw that right hip back and the left hip forward. Notice if you're holding tension in your neck. I am. Give it a little shake. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your fingertips under your shoulders. And go ahead and straighten that front leg. Come into pyramid pose. And lengthen here. And then as you exhale, fold over. Option to walk the fingertips pointing backward. And pulling yourself a little deeper here. Just another variation. Really drawing the navel in and up. Then coming into revolved pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the left fingertips either on the inside of the left foot, or even if you want a little added challenge to the outside, I should say the right foot, I'm sorry, the right foot. Keep squaring the hips. Heel the left fingertips up to the sky. I remember the first time I tried to do this, I was like, that's impossible. But it's not, it just takes practice. Practice makes progress. It's true. Even if it's slow, it's still progress. Scissor the thighs, strong in the legs, deep twist, navel pulls in. One more inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands back to the mat. Finding your warrior two, feet arch, heel to arch alignment, bend into that front knee, and then go ahead and spin your torso open so that you don't tweak your back. And then from there, rise up into your warrior two. From here, we're going to do another movement with some exercise with some dynamic movement. This one is pretty fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale here. And then I'm going to exhale into this variation of Skandasana. I'm not going to sit all the way down, but I'm going to get pretty low. My right foot is flexed. And then I'm going to inhale, open up, come back into my warrior two. Exhale, Skandasana. Make sure that left knee is tracking over the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hips go straight back. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, I'm sliding. The feet are sweaty. If you're sliding, adjust, be careful. And then on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the front foot, runner's lunge. From here, we're going to come into Vashisthasana. Left hand and foot will be the base, so side plank. So I'm going to press into my left hand, roll onto the outside edge of my left foot. Find my Vashisthasana. Maybe I float that top leg. And then I'm going to bend the right knee, drop the ball of the right foot to the floor behind me, and come into wild thing. A little movement here. I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to exhale, lower my hips, reach my right hand to my left toes. Inhale, lift up. Find that back bend. And then exhale, drop the hips, reach for the left toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift. And as you exhale, come back into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Drop your hips. Stay for the exhale, sit a little deeper. And then inhale, rise up, Ekapada Urdhva Sthasana, standing on the right leg. Left thigh comes to parallel. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips. See that they're balanced. Open that left knee out to the side. Bring your hand to your ankle if you need to. And just bring that foot to the inner thigh, maybe a half lotus. Maybe it comes to the calf or the ankle or a kickstand. Keep the hips square. Press thigh into foot, foot into thigh. That's going to really help keep the hips square and then grounding down to the four corners of that standing leg. From here, hands can come to the heart, or maybe you grow your tree branches to the sky, finding a little lift of the sternum. Maybe you lift your gaze, right? That's a balance challenge. Maybe you try closing your eyes. I like always fall over when I close my eyes in tree pose. But that's good, right? If we are weebling and wobbling and falling, we're playing our edge, and that is where the growth happens, right? We want to continuously be challenging ourselves. One more inhale, whatever variation you're in, and then on your exhale, let's go ahead and bring the hands to the heart, square the hips. And then inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise up, find a little back bend at the top. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands alongside your bodies, palms face forward. We have one more side. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths before we get started. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh the air out. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh the air out. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low. Sweep the arms up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Chest is broad. Heart is lifted. Sink down a little deeper. Keep hugging the thighs. Toning the belly. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back. Flow through chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Find your warrior one feet. Inhale, rise up. Virabhadrasana one. Exhale, square the hips, soften the ribs, spiral the pinkies. Inhale, lengthen the sides of the waist, and then exhale, open up to the left. Inhale. Exhale, exalted warrior, left hand to sacrum or back of left thigh. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Maybe find that little back bend. Keep the belly working, keep squaring the hips. And then inhale, back through center. Exhale, chest expansion. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Maybe the awkward way this time. Inhale as you lift your heart. And then exhale, humble warrior. Feel the feet really working to stabilize you here. It's amazing. I can feel all these micro adjustments happening in my feet. Keep the navel pulling up. Scissor the thighs. And again, left hip draws back as the right hip draws forward. And releasing any tension in the head and the neck. And then inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to come to the mat. Straighten that front leg. Lengthen the spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Maybe walk the fingertips back and pull yourself even more toward that leg. With each inhale, think of lengthening. And with each exhale, think of going a little bit deeper. And keep squaring the hips. Keep pulling up on the quads. And keep grounding down to the four corners of the feet. There's so much going on. And then inhale, halfway lift. Coming into our revolved pyramid. Maybe the right fingertips come inside the left foot. Maybe they come to the outside. Keep the hips square. Woo! That's a balance challenge. Shoulders away from the ears. Hello, kitty. Maybe the gaze comes up to those left fingertips. One more inhale. And then exhale, release the hands to the mat. Find your warrior 2 feet, heel to arch alignment. And then go ahead and spin the chest open to the right before you rise up into your warrior 2. Take a moment to adjust your stance. And then inhale here. Exhale back into Skandasana. Kind of a high Skandasana. Inhale. Exhale. Careful if you're sliding around on sweaty feet like I am. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again, making sure the right knee is tracking over the right toes. And just like on the other side, I'm totally not counting, and I apologize. Sometimes I get talking and moving and I forget about the counting. So, oh, let's do one more. Stay here for the exhale, and then on an inhale, go ahead and reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, coming into your runner's lunge. And then we'll find our way into Vashisthasana on the other side, so pouring the weight into the right hand and the outside edge of the right foot. Maybe we float the top leg here. And then drop that left foot. Lift your hips, lift your heart, and in your little back bend and wild thing. Bottom arm is really strong. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Reach for those left toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and reach. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. I think I did count these. Exhale, lower and reach. I think I did 5 on the other side, so I think that's 5. Inhale, reach. And then on your exhale, flip around into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips back. Stay for the exhale, sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, pour the weight into the left foot as you come to stand, Ekapada Urdhvastasana. Exhale, hands to your hips. Open that right knee out, keep the hips balanced, and then make your way into whatever variation of tree pose you took on the other side. Really think of pressing that big toe mound into the mat so you're not rolling out on the outside edge of that foot. And as you're ready, hands can come to the heart, or maybe you grow your tree branches up. Maybe you find that little lift, and maybe, just maybe, you play with closing your eyes. I can cheat because I can touch the ceiling. So nice to do this if you have like a wall. You can kind of stand by so you can tap it with your fingers. It's a little scary to close your eyes and be falling over. Make sure there's not, no sharp objects around or anything. You'd be safe, obviously. Wow, what a difference closing the eyes makes. And again, press foot into leg or thigh and thigh into foot. Whatever variation you've chosen. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, square your hips. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise up, find that little back bend. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. One more vinyasa here if you'd like, flowing through your chaturanga. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Let's open the hip. Bend the knee. Go ahead and roll out the ankle, just because I love this. And then point the toe. Let's circle the knee. So just drawing big circles forward 2 times and then back. Moving that head of the femur bone in the hip socket. Then extend that leg as you inhale. And then bring it underneath you, and we'll come into half pigeon. So right ankle behind left wrist, square the hips. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, go ahead and just walk yourself out over that front leg. See if you can let go here. Melting deeper into this shape with every single exhale. Where are you gripping? Where can you let go? On your next inhale, slide your hands back under your shoulders. Oh, my cat is up there in front of the camera. Sorry. Tuck the back toes, step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your feet. What are you doing, Poe? You're that. Yeah, you're that girl. No, you're a good girl. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Keep the shoulders square. Roll out the ankle a couple times each direction. And then keep that heel squeezing towards your glute. Point the toe. You don't have to, but I like to. And circle the knee forward. 1 and 2. Circles can be big, they can be little. Just lubricating that hip joint. Should feel good. And 2 times back. And then re-extend as you inhale. Exhale, bring that knee to your chest. Left ankle behind right wrist. Square the hips, start tall, king pigeon, lengthen. And then exhale, walk yourself out over that front shin. Using whatever props you need to support you. So sometimes a pillow underneath this hip feels really nice, or even like a block or a pillow under the forehead here so you can really relax into the shape. Noticing if this side feels different, right? Without judgment, always with curiosity, wonder and awe, with gratitude for our bodies, for all the things that it can do today. But just noticing, you know. Part of our practice is cultivating the witness both on the mat and then off the mat, you know, noticing patterns in our body, maybe imbalances that we can address through our practice. And also in our behaviors out there in the world, right? Noticing if there are certain patterns of behavior that are no longer serving us. And the more that we notice, the more that we're able to consciously start to work to change some of those patterns. So that we can overall just be happier, healthier humans, you know? And again, noticing where you're gripping, seeing if you can let go. Sort of like, I always say that this, especially this shape, is like peeling back the layers. Where it's one of those where I really notice the peeling back of the layers. You know, I can kind of feel myself sinking a little deeper, finding new layers of the shape in my body. Now on your next inhale, slide your hands under your shoulders, tuck those right toes, press into the hands, step the left foot back, downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Ooh. Give your hips a little stretch. And then articulate yourself down into a plank pose. Lower onto your belly. We'll do a little dynamic cobra. So untuck the toes, bring the fingertips a little higher than the shoulders, a little wider than the mat. Forehead is on the mat. And then we'll inhale, round up. And exhale, draw the heart forward as you wave down. Again, inhale, round up. Exhale, wave down. We'll add a shoulder dip this next time. Inhale, round up. Exhale, dip the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder. Tops of the feet, the thighs are still pressing into the mat. Navel is still lifting. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull the heart forward as you wave down. Slide the hands next to the ribs. Press yourself back into child's pose for just a second. And then slowly roll yourself up so that you're seated on your knees. We'll do a simple breathing exercise here. And if this isn't a comfortable seat for you, or if you want to put a block under your hips, or if you'd rather sit cross-legged, that's fine. Just be comfortable. This is a breathing exercise called 4-7-8 breath. And it's actually a really great grounding, calming technique. So it's something that I sometimes use for anxiety. And so what we'll do is we'll do our inhales and exhales on a count, but basically we'll also have a breath retention. So we'll inhale for 4, hold for a count of 7, and then exhale for a count of 8. So go ahead and bring your hands, palms down to your thighs. Close your eyes, again, stack your spine. And we inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and release the pranayama. Let your breath flow naturally. You can keep your eyes closed or flutter them open, keeping the gaze soft. Shift your hips to one side. And then come to lie on your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. And then drop both knees over to the right. Tee out the arms. Bring your gaze over the left fingertips. Just a simple supine twist here. On your next inhale, use the core to bring the knees back through center. And then exhale them over to the left, bringing your gaze over the right fingertips. Inhaling back through center, we'll come into happy baby. So flex the feet, grab the thighs, the shins or the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Draw the knees down towards the armpits. And then really think about grounding the spine. So lengthening the spine. I feel my sacrum connected, my shoulder blades connected. A little tuck of the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And then if it's calling to you, maybe you begin to rock side to side here. Maybe extending one leg and then the other, both. Let's take a few moments to explore what your body's calling for in this moment, getting out the wiggles, the breath flow naturally, go with any breath control. And then let's together curl up into a tiny little ball, wrap your arms around your shins, inhale, hold the breath at the top. Exhale, open up long body stretch. And then inhale, reach your fingers, reach your toes. And then exhale, let it all go. Allow yourself to relax completely. Find a comfortable shape to rest in Shavasana. Relax your face and your jaw, soften your brow. Give yourself permission to just dissolve into this present moment and know that I'll lead you out in just a few minutes. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the room, noticing sounds and sensations. Deepen your breath as you bring your awareness back into your physical body. Slowly begin to invite small movements. Maybe we wiggle fingers and toes or touch the tip of each finger into the tip of the thumb. And gradually allowing those movements to become bigger. What is your body calling for? Give yourself permission to go there. Maybe it's a twist or a long body stretch. As you're ready, gently roll yourself over onto one side. We'll pause in fetal pose. This asana of rebirth. Wonderful reminder that every day, every moment, and every single breath is an opportunity to begin again. A fresh start, fresh perspective, a new beginning. I take a great deal of comfort in this knowledge. Maybe you do too. Gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll seal our practice together with one more round of breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart. As always, it is my honor and my pleasure to share this practice with you. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.